Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Kid Troy. On today's episode, we're going to be making Neapolitan cake. Now before I get into this episode, hit the subscribe button over here and smash the like button over here. Now let's get started. So almost everybody knows about Neapolitan ice cream, right? But instead, we're going to be making a Neapolitan cake, which is 1 part vanilla, 1 part chocolate, and 1 part strawberry. But first, I'm gonna start with the vanilla. So here's our ingredients. We have a half cup of canola oil, 3 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 cup of water. So first, let's pour the oil in here.
So what are you pouring that into?
The batter. Or
but what is that?
Cake mix.
There you go. It's just yellow cake mix, and we're gonna make it vanilla by adding the 2 teaspoons of vanilla, because the vanilla cake, I didn't want to use it. I wanted to use the yellow cake. I just think it tastes better.
Okay. There we go. Oh, come on! Why does this happen?
Because you need to open the egg from the side, not the bottom. You're gonna drop the shell in there.
Oh, great.
Yep, we'll just put that on the blooper reel.
Alright.
Oh, you dropped all the shell in there.
Not all of it.
You're about to drop the egg.
Can I go ahead and like mix it?
Yeah, if you want to do the 3rd egg. All right, so we got that debacle of egg taken care of. So let's go ahead with the next one. That shell gave you a hard time last time. Let's see if you get it right this time.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Good job.
All right, vanilla. Let me
Yep, mix that up. Break those yolks.
Let me get some of that better. I don't want it to spill over this. That's why I'm trying to do it calm and not like getting it from the bottom, if you know why.
Yeah, you're doing a fine job, buddy. Hey,
Water time?
no, you want to preheat the oven?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that. I'm standing right here.
All right.
What temperature you want it on?
375. I guess you can do it until like
Starts at 175 and goes up to 375.
Yeah. 200
It'll take a few minutes.
yeah. I guess you can do it from 325 to 375 or 500 or 400.
Yeah, just follow the directions on the back of the box.
Yeah. Let me just get. Okay, there we go. Almost all the batter is in there.
All right, now you can start adding the water.
All right. I'm holding this so that way. Tell me when to stop.
Okay. That's good. We'll mix that up. And then we'll slowly incorporate more water. Slowly.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, making a mess.
I knew that was gonna happen soon. I was like, yep, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, go ahead and add the rest of it.
Okay. Oh, it looks like a happy face. I'm sorry.
careful with the water, it'll come flying out of there. And we could have used the mixing bowl, but I want you to learn the practical way of doing this. I'm sorry, this is a mixing bowl, but we could have used the KitchenAid mixer, but this is an easy way too. Not everybody has a KitchenAid mixer, so you can definitely do this by hand. Oh, but you probably do it a little faster than that.
I mean, it's not that, you know, like, thick. Not like a thick boy.
Yeah, and so I substituted regular vanilla cake for yellow cake because I just like it better, and I just added more vanilla to the recipe. So the classical Neapolitan flavors are vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. And so I just substituted the vanilla for yellow cake and added vanilla flavoring to it.
It smells good though.
Yeah. All right, now let's pan that one up and go to the next cake.
All right. So now my dad's gonna pan the cake mix.
I'm gonna do a thin layer. I'm gonna probably save some of this. I'm gonna try to do, well, no, I can do all three. What I was gonna try to do was make a 3-layer Neapolitan cake, but you can also do this in a bundt pan and just stack your layers. But I don't know if that will work. I was gonna attempt it just now and try to make both of them, but I don't think I'm gonna do a bundt pan. There we go, oven is ready.
All right.
I'm gonna set this to the side. Now, let me let that be quiet. So now we're gonna go and do the strawberry cake. I don't need to wash my bowl because I'm going from the lighter color to the darker color. So we're gonna use the same bowl, you don't need to wash it. Just turn around and do the strawberry, then do the chocolate. Put them in a pan just like this, and I got 2 other pans over here, and then we'll get all those baked at the same time, all right?
All right. So we're gonna repeat the same steps like we did with the yellow cake, but except you don't use vanilla extract. Why? Because it's strawberry.
That's good on the water.
All right.
So pour it all in. There you go.
I don't know about that. Hold up. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was kind of perfect. Let's see. Nope, no shells. Okay.
Dump it all in there.
Crack the eggs first. Oh, it smells good.
Yeah, it smells like strawberry.
Mm-hmm. Am I doing it right? I think I am.
Good job, buddy. All right, go ahead and mix the last little bit of that water.
Okay. Alright.
All right, we're gonna repeat the same steps for the chocolate.
So we have strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. Now we're gonna repeat the same steps for the 3rd time.
And it's great to use the same brand of cake mix for all your flavors because they're gonna have the same ingredients and the same steps and procedures when you're trying to mix 3 different cake batters.
Okay.
All right, so here's the chocolate batter here, and here's the cake pan that we're going to use. I ran out of the Baker's Joy or whatever you normally use, but make sure your pans are greased and floured. This is the old school way of doing this. When you have a cake pan, you want to flour it, or you want to grease it with some shortening, and you just sprinkle your flour like this and get it all the way around. And that's the way, and make sure you get your size too as well. But you want to grease and flour your pan along the bottom and the sides. And then you can place your batter and get it in the oven. Vanilla.
Vanilla. And last but not least, strawberry. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so we're gonna put in strawberry, the vanilla or yellow cake, and the chocolate. We had to reset the temperature because on the box it said 350, not 375. Some people like to use it 375. Depends on whether you have a convection or conventional oven. But just make sure you check the box for the temperatures that you have to run.
All right. So here are our cakes. We have chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. And we're gonna let them cool for 2 hours. So here are our cakes. We have bottom layer, middle layer, and top layer, which is chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. But Dad, can you tell me what's right here about this area?
Yeah, that's just basically a hot spot in the oven. So it overcooked a little bit. Sometimes you gotta be careful with that on where you place your cakes in the oven. And I placed it in the back, and because it was back there, that's what, made a little dark spot. But that's fine. We could either scrape that off or we could just leave it. It's not gonna be too bad. But now we're gonna trim the cakes. We're gonna cut off the top layers of the chocolate. It's still in the pan. I only have 2 racks. But we're gonna take our cutting board here and we're gonna start to trim the top of these cakes. We're gonna trim the top layer, and then we're gonna start stacking the cakes. But first, let's build the frosting that's gonna go on top of all these cakes. Let's go to what's called masking. Ready? All right, let's get it.
Dad, what was that called? What you were just doing?
I'm truing the edge. So when you take a steel, this is what's called a steel, and this is your French knife, 10-inch French knife. You just take the edge of the blade and just scraping it about 10 to 20 times down each side like that. Okay, so you see chefs doing this. What that does is it trues the edge of the knife. So it basically restores the sharpness on the edge here. And I can feel the difference. See, this is really sharp right here because I'm just barely scraping it and it's catching my finger. Right here is not that sharp. So I need to continue to true that tip right there. And this is a safeguard here. So when you bring it down, you won't cut your hand because you'll smack this piece. So that's a little safety tip in the kitchen when you're truing the edge of a knife. So contrary to popular belief, this does not sharpen the knife. This just trues the edge, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a little better. All right. So here is the top of the chocolate cake here. You can see it grew up here and kind of exploded out the top. I'm gonna cut right along this line right here because I'm gonna try to come out right there. That's gonna make it level and even. So I'm just gonna poke a little hole here to get it started and slice this cake all the way through. All I'm doing is just moving the blade. Yep. If you have a longer knife, you just slide it through. There we go. So that piece is done, and then I can just pick that up and remove it. And there's your layer cake, this piece right here. That's the one we're gonna use.
Okay.
Right. Now we're gonna do that for the other 2 cakes, and but after this, let's put this on the plate, and then we're gonna start the frosting, because I need to put frosting in between each layer.
Okay.
Right?
So first, in order to make our frosting, let's put the shortening and the butter in the mixing bowl.
So we have about, I think it's 8 ounces of shortening and about 2 sticks of butter, because we're gonna make a lot of frosting.
So that's the. Oh.
Get all of it.
Oh, come. Okay, there we go. So my dad's gonna pour the powdered sugar in the mixing bowl.
All right. So I'm gonna use a whole 2-pound bag of powdered sugar. Oh darn it! That's not what I meant to do. I meant to cream that first. That's fine. Troy was supposed to cream the shortening and butter together, and he didn't. So I took the camera, or I gave him the camera. Yeah, I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you. You were supposed to cream that first, dude. I looked in the bowl and just saw it wasn't cream. That's all right. I'll cream it now.
Oh, okay.
You want to cream the butter and shortening together first, and then add the sugar. But I gave you the camera. Put a little half teaspoon of vanilla in there. I'm gonna let that work. I'm gonna slowly drizzle in. They can't see Kenny.
Oh.
Oh, hold on. I'll take it. So there you go. So that's before it's creamed. And we're gonna slowly add in some water, about a 1/4 cup. Now you can use milk if you so desire. I didn't desire. A little bit more water. Now we're gonna mix this on medium speed. Now we're gonna go to high speed. All right, let's scrape down the bowl, check it out. I'm gonna check the consistency and then see if I need to add more water. All right, so there's our frosting. We checked the consistency, so now I'm gonna mix it on a high speed for approximately 30 seconds. All right, so we've got our bottom layer right here, which is the chocolate layer. And here we have some frosting that we just made. I'm gonna put a couple scoops of frosting on there. And I have a hot butter knife. This is hot water right here, just regular tap water that's hot. And I'm gonna spread the frosting all over the cake, but just enough to where it covers it. We don't care if it rips the cake up or anything, because what we're gonna do is put the next layer on, okay? Take it to the edge. Yep. Take that to the edge, just like that, all right? Simple, right?
Right.
And don't worry about ripping. You don't have to worry about that until you get to the top. And I would say do it pretty evenly, and you can be generous with it if you want. All right. Make sure there's no cake residue on your knife, because you're gonna reuse any frosting that you have and put your knife back in the hot water. Take your middle piece, stick it on there, eyeball it, see if it's level. Make sure it's even all the way around. Do the exact same thing.
It looks like vanilla and chocolate sandwich.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm gonna do it with the spatula first.
Man, that frosting looks good, but does it taste good? Dun 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 dun.
You tasted it, so you know.
Dad, don't spoil it!
Yeah, tell the people you taste. You ate it already down here licking your fingers. No, I'm kidding. He didn't use his finger. He used a knife. Oh, spoon, I mean.
Okay. Well, you also tasted too, Dad.
I know. Why you snitching, man? Snitches get stitches, dude.
Well, you're the one who spoiled my thing. Now I have to spoil you.
You over here snitching, telling on Dad.
Kinda deserved it. I'm sorry, Dad. You kinda deserved it.
All right. So take that all the way to the edge, and then you know what's next?
Is
The top layer.
oh,
Let me smooth this out a
top
little bit.
layer. Dun dun dun. Trying to take a good look at it.
Yep. Getting a good look at it.
It kind of looks like that. Oh, that. It kind of looks like that. Like the bottom is the meat, and the two up top is the bread, and the icing is the cheese.
Oh, okay.
And
then just repeat this step.
All right. I want to eat the bread. I want to eat all of it. I'm gonna eat all of it.
You eat all of it. What?
Not in one day. That I'm just gonna eat a slice.
Oh,
all
okay.
3 layers. That's game, but that kind of seems big though. I don't know about that.
See, we got very little. Now I took all 2 pounds. See, we have very little left. Because we don't need to worry about the sides, and I'll show you why. All right, so this is where it gets complicated. It's a little complicated.
Why does it get complicated?
Because we don't want to rip the cake. So you gotta be careful how you do that. So you go back to your butter knife with a little water on it, and you smooth it out. Just smooth it out. That's all you want to do. Just smooth it out.
Oh yeah.
Smooth it out.
Say oh yeah, like in your deepest voice, like a cool deep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best you can do. Do it better next time.
No.
Aww.
All right. So now, hold on. I think I got it. All right, so now what I just want to do, I'm gonna start just tapering the top part.
Okay.
Gotta get down here, eyeball it, look at it. Yeah, that looks about even.
Okay.
I wish I had a offset spatula.
What do you...
Don't worry about it, it's culinary term. An offset spatula keeps you from running see how my fingers are in the way? It kind of is making this L shape, so that way my hand will be up here, but the spatula will be down here, and I can kind of work it that way without bumping into it.
Wait, what?
It's called an offset spatula. I don't have one.
I want to see. I want to see it in person.
Google it.
Yeah, I want to see it in person.
Google it. I don't have one.
I want to see it in person.
All right, so if you need more hot water, you just take it and dip it in the knife.
Why do you
dip the knife in the hot water like that?
Hey, Dad, I have a question.
What's up?
Why do you need hot water for the icing?
See, because look at the top of the cake. I want to show you the top of the cake. Get up close. Get the very top.
Okay.
Angle it down, like that. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you what the water does to the cake.
Okay.
See how smooth that looks?
Oh.
That's why you use hot water.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can flatten it and make it smooth.
Oh.
Just scrape off the excess. All right. So let me work on this, and then we'll get it freezer ready. Cause we're gonna throw this in the freezer for about an hour.
Wait, what?
Yeah. All right. All right. So here's the cake. It's just the masking stage. So this is the first step of us doing the decorations. I'm gonna put this in the freezer for approximately 1 hour. Then I'm gonna pull it out and add another layer around the sides to kind of cover up all the little imperfections around here. And this cake will be ready to go. And then we can even finish it with some ganache, or we could decorate it with some berries or something like that. But whatever we got in the fridge, we'll just come up with. So let's get this in the freezer for an hour.
All right.
All right.
So while our cake is in the freezer, let's make our chocolate ganache. All you need is 1 part chocolate and 2 parts of milk. So first, to make this chocolate ganache, I'm going to scald the milk. Two to 1 ratio.
Yeah, that's about a cup and 1/4, or a cup, maybe a cup and a half.
So let's take a look at that.
The chips are about 3/4 of a cup.
So let's take a look at our decorative chocolate.
Yeah, that bowl was hot. I had to get that hot pad on there. Yeah, don't let the bowl get too hot. We just want to melt that chocolate so we can make a little decorative configuration. I'll show you how to make some chocolate decoration. It's gonna go on. It's gonna go on the cake.
It looks like it's kind of done.
Yeah, it's done.
All right.
All right. So here's our chocolate. We're just gonna make some little abstract art with our chocolate. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna just sprinkle some right here on our board.
On our cutting board with some wax paper.
Yep, we got a cutting board with some wax paper. I'm just make about 3 or 4 dollops of chocolate. And what I'm gonna do is take a spoon and drag it through the chocolate, okay? You can swirl it around, whatever little funky design you wanna do it in. Let's see, with this one, I'm gonna drag it to the edge, and I'm gonna put little, actually I'm gonna do that with the tip of a knife. That's probably better. I'm gonna do this one with the tip of my knife. Just drag it. So I made this decor right here. Get the camera up over it so I can see it. That's the best way to see it. All right, so what's gonna happen is this is gonna harden. Let me smooth this out a little bit. Make a little clamshell. So I'm gonna let these little decorative things harden here, and I can actually do more. Let me play with this one a little bit more. There's some little leaf patterns. And there's more festive ways to do this. You can put it inside of a writing pastry bag, but I'm gonna stand this up on top of the cake when we're done. All right, so we're gonna put this in the fridge and let it harden.
All right.
All right. All right, so here's our scalded milk. And so we heated it up quite a bit. And be careful about forming the skin. I've already removed it, but as milk begins to cook, it will form a skin from the fat solids that's in it, okay? So we're gonna take the scalded milk, dump it right over our chocolate and let that melt. All right, we're gonna stop there. I probably don't need all of it. We're gonna see. It's normally a 2-to-1 ratio, but it depends on the milk that you use and the chocolate. Also, the amount of milk that you use will determine the thickness of your ganache. So I want a pretty thick ganache. I don't want it too thin, but I also don't want it too thick either. So we're just gonna test it and pour 2/3 of the milk over it and let that scalded milk just melt this chocolate. And so this will take a couple minutes for it to completely melt the chocolate solids in here. And it will form a nice ganache and then we'll go from there, okay? That's a nice looking ganache, Troy.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't need all of our milk either. I had to add another half bag of morsels. That was a lot of milk. It's supposed to be a 2-to-1 ratio, but it does depend on the morsels that you use. And apparently these morsels, yeah, they had a very low melt rate. So now it's a 1-to-1 ratio. All right, so I've got more frosting that I made here. This is the masked cake. Not a very good job of it. This is the hot knife and or butter knife sitting in hot water. I'm just gonna decorate the sides or finish adding frosting to the side of the cake. Take my knife and see how it makes it smoother. Just gonna smooth it around the entire cake. And just do the same thing and repeat. All right, Troy, you can cut that.
So now my dad's gonna add the chocolate ganache.
So don't worry about the little imperfections of cake that's up here. When you're done masking the cake and we've added the border around the side, you take your ganache that we just made, right? And you're just gonna slowly drizzle it across the top. And you want it to run over the sides, but not by much. So be careful. Okay, so now we're gonna start slowing up because it's gonna start running over. And then you're gonna help it run over by taking your knife and run it to the edge.
Take it to the edge.
It's a nice, thin, smooth layer of ganache.
Dad, can I say something real quick? Hey, Dad, can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I recognize, right, it looks like a city. Like, the white parts look like a city.
Okay, that's what you got from that. There is your Neapolitan cake. Now, just add the finishing touches of the chocolate and we're good to go.
All right.
All right, so we pop this off. Here's one leaf. Here's 2 leaves. So this is what we're gonna do with the chocolate leaves that we made. I scraped it with my knife. Oh, I broke that one. I thought it. That's all right. See, so there's your first leaf.
Oh, to just try to make it special, eh?
Mm-hmm. And there's another leaf.
Uh-oh. It looks like a center, like a city center. Like, I don't know what to call that, but that looks super delicious. Like that. So here's our Neapolitan cake. That looks delicious. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a comment below, share this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!